Oh, brave knight, have you come to protect me? You big softy. You'd be rubbish in a fight, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
I'll protect you, my lady.
I don't know. You don't look so tough either. Perhaps you can give me a demonstration of your abilities. I suppose you'll have to do. It's not very polite to make a lady wait, you know. Aren't you going to show me? I suppose I'll have to face the world alone.
How's that?
I suppose you'll have to do.
How's that?
Not bad, not bad. I suppose you'll do. I thought you'd never get up. Did Jasper tell you I wanted to speak to you?
Yes. Did something happen?
I'm not sure, but everyone in the castle seems to be upset with your brother. More than usual. And it's even worse down in the city. You hear such terrible stories. Listen, they say a factory worker was executed this morning. I'm sure it's only a rumour, but you can imagine how people are talking. It's even starting to affect the castle staff. The kitchen steward is so worried. I told him you'd speak to them. The staff in the castle are anxious. I told them you'd speak to them. Will you do that? I'm afraid of what might happen if someone doesn't calm things down. I do. They may fear the king, but they still care for their prince. So, my good prince, will you take my hand and escort me to the castle? Everyone's waiting for you. So, will you take my hand and escort me to the castle? Everyone's waiting for you. Won't you do me the honour of taking my hand? A lady should not walk through this treacherous garden unaccompanied. I may get lost. Don't be shy. Take my hand. Wonderful. Shall we go then? Did I do something wrong? You're not going to leave me stranded in this wilderness, are you? Oh, go on. Don't be silly. Take my hand again. Good. Now let's go. I feel safer already. Come on, you don't want to be late. I can't believe your brother could have had a worker executed. But sometimes I think, well, that there's something wrong with him. He's changed so much. And he looks so tired all the time. I told Sir Walter about the speech. He'll be there to support you. I don't know what this place would be like without him. I'm sure he'll want to continue with your instruction today. He seems obsessed with combat training lately. Don't worry too much about your speech. Just be yourself. Show them you're not like Logan. You're so unlucky having that statue of your brother right outside your window. I think it'd give me nightmares. Come on, let's go. Every time I hear that, I get nervous. Who knows what he's going to do next? Well, come on. Wait a minute. This isn't the way to the kitchen. So you're going to show me something in your bedroom, are you?
Oh, Jasper isn't here. We're all alone.
Yes. Yes, we are. You really are quite incorrigible. Well, I suppose we should go now. Well, it's all very nice here, but perhaps we should go now. Come on, they're waiting for you in the kitchen. I'm sure you can calm the castle staff down. They're just all so afraid of Logan. Sometimes when you're out in this garden and it's all quiet, you forget what it's like inside the castle. At least your brother hardly ever comes out here. I wonder if Sir Walter will come to see you addressing the staff. I'm sure he will. We should really go to the kitchen now. They're already nervous enough. Here we are. Good luck. I'm sure you'll do great. I quite agree, Sir Walter. Sir Walter's right. But don't worry, I know you're not really like that. Honestly, boys and their swords. I'll see you after you finish playing around. Take good care of him, Walter. Walter! You have to come quickly! Both of you! Outside the castle. It looks like a demonstration. They're right inside the castle grounds. I've never seen so many people out there. We can't just stand here. I have a horrible feeling about this. We need to do something. Look, the guards have moved away from the stairs. We should follow Walter. Find out what Logan's going to do. Let's go while we can.
They must be in the war room.
Then let's get there before anyone sees us. Come on. Quietly. Quick. You can see them. Please, you have to stop him. We have to do something. We can't let him kill all those people. You're his brother. Maybe he'll listen to you. I know. He's just trying to scare us. But we have to stand up to him. I'm going. I'm all right. We did nothing wrong. No, this can't be. This is madness. We just can't. Choose me. You can't let them all die. Choose me. You have to choose me. There's only one decision you can make. It has to be me. Are you listening to me? Pick me. Choose me. They didn't do anything. It should be me. You have to choose me. It's the only way, you know it is. I know this isn't easy, but you have to choose me. You know it's true. Those people can't die because of me. I couldn't live with that. Please, I don't want to leave you. But what choice do we have? It's all right. You did what you had to do. Never forget what he's done. And that I love you. It should be me. Don't do this. It should be me. You can't let him do this. You can't let him. That was quite a day, wasn't it? I always knew you'd make it. But I still can't really believe we're back here. I'll need some time to get used to it. I don't think I can face seeing your brother. But letting him live was your only choice. You shouldn't start your rule with blood on your hands. You're not like him. Logan deserved the harshest punishment, you know. It must have been so difficult. He was your brother. But I understand why you had to do it. All that matters now is that we're together. And that you can make things right. Come on, let's get some rest, shall we? We could both use some. This feels like the end of a very, very long day. I could sleep for a week. Aren't you tired? You must be. I believe the king should go to bed now. And you have to do what the Queen tells you. It's the rule.
Elise!
I thought you were gone. Do you know how hard I've tried to forget you?
I never forgot you.
The last time I saw you, that day in the throne room, that was the most horrific day of my life.
Today's not going to be great either if we don't get you out of here. Come on!
I can't go with you. I just can't. If the world is this mad, I'd rather stay down here. I never forgot you either. But I certainly tried to. I can't do this. You can't save me again, like that day.
This isn't like that. This time, no one gets hurt.
Just when I think I have everything sorted out, you come back into my life. Is that all of them? You were amazing. I've never seen anything like that. It was like something out of Walter's stories about your mother. You're a hero.
It's not all it's cracked up to be, believe me.
Things are becoming clearer to me now. When Logan started to behave so appallingly, I told myself he wanted to prove his strength by seeing off a few agitators. But it's more insidious than that. Taking lives is brutal, but to take away hope, to force an entire kingdom to live in fear, that's true tyranny.
It's going to take more than a hero to stop him. It's going to take a full-scale revolution.
We should keep moving. No point hanging around down here in this awful place. I can't believe you came down here and found me. You, of all people. Let's just get out of here. Not going to be easy getting back to the surface, but let's get it over with. I guess we're safe, for now. Let's get out of this horrid place. Thank you for saving me. I don't just mean today. I should have thanked you back in the throne room, but I just felt so guilty.
I made the choice that day.
And I hated you for it. Feeling that those people died because of me. It was awful beyond words. But there was something worse. Deep inside, I felt happy. I felt happy, even as they were dragged away, that I was still alive. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for. Anybody would feel what you did. It was an appalling situation. And the only one to blame for it is Logan.
Well, now that I've said that, thank you.
You're welcome. Should be almost back to Laszlo.
Oh, bloody hell, Laszlo. What am I going to say to him? Wait, I have to tell you something. Laszlo is the most... well, he's the second most amazing man I've ever met. He started that shelter from nothing, and he keeps it going despite Ferret and Reaver. Working with him felt right after all those years in the castle, doing nothing. Then somehow it became about more than work. I felt something I hadn't since you. And now you're back. Oh, this is maddening. Here I am pouring my heart out and you haven't said anything. Do you want to give me a consoling hug and say, do the honourable thing? Or grab me and kiss me and tell me to come back? Well, aren't you going to do anything? Don't you feel something for me? One way or the other. Why can't you show me how you feel?
You said you tried to forget me. And I understand why. But I'm back now.
And I'm so glad you are. Listen, I need time to break it to Laszlo. Please, say nothing now, then find me at the shelter in a few days and we'll be together. I love you.
Seems like you have a good thing with Laszlo. I'm about to start a war I might not survive. I think we both know this wasn't meant to be.
Yes, I guess we do. I love you. Nothing. All those nights I laid awake, wondering if you were thinking of me. Now I know. Laszlo! Yes, thank you.
I was so worried about you.
I'm here now.
I love you.
I love you too. I love you too. I love you too. We'll be all right. You can go. You don't need to stay around. We're fine. It's terrible Ferret got away. Hopefully you'll find him one day. Darling, I'm so glad you've come. I spoke to Laszlo. He said he understood, which made it even harder. I wish he'd called me awful names and thrown me out. He's a good man, and I'll always love him. But not like I love you. So, what are we waiting for? If we're to spend the rest of our lives together, let's start right now. Isn't there something you want to ask me? I know there's something you want to ask me. Now, what could it be? I waited all this time. I guess I can wait a bit longer. It isn't easy, though. You do want to get married, don't you? I hope nothing has changed.
Will you marry me?
But we must have a ring to do this properly, right? For it to be official. It hasn't got to be fancy. Anything round and metal will do. There is nothing I want more, darling. But where will we live? We need a home first. Oh, darling, of course I will. And just think, one day our children will ask, Mum, how did Daddy propose to you? And I'll say, right in the centre of Bowerstone Industrial. It was terribly romantic. You're not the man I used to know. What happened to you? Laszlo and I were so happy together, and then I left him for you. Now you treat me like this? You're a heartless bastard. I never want to see you again. Hello, my love. I'm over here. Oh, have I ever told you how wonderful you are? Throwing yourself into mortal peril to rescue me. That is so romantic. Be careful. There are loads of those swines about. At least there will be until you're through with them. Remind me not to get on your bad side. Didn't get a chance to surrender, did they? Not that they would have. I suppose they brought it on themselves, attacking our family like that. I just can't believe they would do this. Loyalty to Logan is one thing. Taking you on is another. How did they think this would end? Did they not realise you're the last person they want to anger? I guess when you're a zealot, reason doesn't enter into it. You've done things before that have taken my breath away. But saving me from these barbarians, that is... well, it's right up there. Did I tell you how grateful I am? Maybe words aren't the best way to express that. I hope you're not taking your time getting us home, because I am feeling very close to you right now. We're not lost, are we, darling? I had rather hoped I'd have you home by now. Oh, I don't think I've gone this way to the castle before. Is this a shortcut? I hope. You know I love long walks with you, sweetheart. But the only thing I love more is getting you home. Quickly. He's so wonderful, isn't he? I have the world's greatest husband. He's my husband. I just can't believe he could have done this to me. Oh, yes, that would be wonderful. But you've got things to do first, haven't you, my love? Oh, I know how you feel, but we've waited this long. Don't you want to get married first? Again, darling? I don't think I can. You're almost too much for me. It's not that looks are that important to me, but... well, you've changed so much since we first met. You have just read my mind. Oh, yes. My love, yes. I never want it to end. You won't believe this, but I'm pregnant. I've never been so happy. Remember when we used to sneak up to your room in the castle? Fancy reliving those memories. Someone get the guards. Why would you do that? Sometimes I wonder who you've become. You look stunning, darling. You know, you're more handsome now than when we first met in the castle. Wow, that is amazing. Oh, no. No, no, no. What are we meant to think of that? Hooray! Yeah! Hey! I don't understand. How? What? Just awful. Ugh, that is terrible. Ugh, I don't like that. Oh, no, no, no. That is not good. Can't say I like that. Some people might like that, but not me. Oh, no, no, no. I don't like this. Make it stop. Please. I can't stand that. Ah, very good. That is hilarious. Stop! I'm going to burst a seam. That is too much. Very good indeed. Oh, I see. Quite good. Very good. Well, that's nice. Fantastic. That makes me smile. Oh, how wonderful. That's good. Oh, you startled me. Oh, you shouldn't do that. Darling, that's great. Oh, darling. You're too wonderful. You never cease to amaze me. You always know just the right thing to do. Oh, darling. Oh, yes. Mum and Dad still love each other, darling. Sometimes adults just decide not to be married anymore. It breaks my heart, but I just don't see how we can make this work. You know, I still have nightmares of that last day in the castle. I suppose I always will. Oh, I saw Percy Thrump last week, looking as young as that day he tried to kiss me. Remember what you said? You have insulted this maiden's honour! Ah, my love, you were so impressive even then. I never really believed in fate, but I always knew we were meant to be together. It's funny. When we were little, you always wanted Walter to tell you stories about heroes. And now, you're in one. You get this look sometimes, and I don't know what you're thinking about. But I just want you to know, you're nothing like your brother. If you were, I wouldn't be here. I knew you would make the right decision about the shelter. You are quite wonderful, you know. How could you do that to the shelter? I worked so hard to make it a safe place for those in need. Is this what being King of Albion is to you? Some sort of game? I could do this forever. Nothing feels better than having your hand in mine. What's the hurry? Where are we off to anyway? Your hand feels so warm. Holding your hand really is rather nice. I wonder where we're going. Somewhere nice, I hope, darling. I'd follow you to the ends of the earth, my love. You sure you want to let go? Oh, I was quite enjoying holding your hand. Aren't you a clever girl? Just like your father. You put a smile on your mother's face. Do you know that boy? I don't know. It seems... I don't know. I always thought I would live anywhere with you, but all right, that place is awful. No. This is quite a nice house. Oh, darling, what an amazing place. I absolutely love it. That place is all right. I could see us living there. Oh, hello, darling. There's the love of my life. I was just thinking about you, my love. As always, you look absolutely amazing. I just look at you and I tingle all over. Oh, darling, good for you. You are just so impressive. What's happened to you, darling? You seem different. I used to look at you and just quiver. Now, something's different. How could you? That's awful. I mean, just horrible. You're scaring me. You've become a fearsome sight. I don't like it. You've changed. You frighten me. You are so funny. No one can make me laugh like you do. You never run out of ways to make me laugh. You're quite nice, you know that? Darling, you're wonderful. You're such an incredible man. I love you more than I can say, darling. Times like these, I can't believe we finally ended up together. I'm so lucky. You are everything to me, darling. There he is. Glad you're here. Darling, how have you been? That's very sweet. And wouldn't you know it, I like sweet. You're doing all the right things, that's for sure. That's just the sort of thing I like. Always were a smooth one, weren't you? I bet you say that to all the girls. But I hope not. Oh, is that how it is? Always good to see you. Darling, you aren't letting yourself go, are you, darling? You look a bit different lately. A bit... different. Darling, there's something I wanted to ask you. It feels silly to ask you this, but you couldn't possibly deliver this for me, could you? I'll make it up to you, I promise. So, can you take care of this for me? You're too good to me sometimes. Thank you. Just deliver it whenever you can. I can always count on you, even for the smallest things. I've been thinking, would you like to go somewhere today? Did you have something you needed to do first, or... I was so hoping you would say yes. Wouldn't you like to hold my hand? I feel like we're both kids again when you do. You're getting warmer. Perfect. This is perfect. That was wonderful, darling. I'm sorry to see it end. I'm sorry to be a bother, but could you get something for me? I'm sure you won't have a problem getting it. Thanks, darling, you're a peach. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, sweetheart. Do you remember you said you wanted to get me something nice? Well, I've thought of something I wouldn't mind having. Of course, if you don't really love me anymore, I understand. Oh, you know I'm only joking. I can't wait. Oh, darling, this is wonderful. Thank you so much. It's not that I want to live in a castle, but I always imagined we'd live, well, somewhere better than this. Or does that sound horribly materialistic? I hope not. Anyway, thank you. Oh, this is ever so much better. You're such an amazing man. So, what do you say? I really would be ever so grateful. Oh, well, I'm sure you're busy. All right then. You're so wonderful, darling. I couldn't ask for a better husband. I want you to have this. This is for you. I still can't get over it. You finally become the king I always knew you'd be one day. And here I am, right by your side. Isn't it strange being here again after all this time? I never thought I'd call this place home again. Not after what happened. You're the king everyone hoped for, including me. The people love you almost as much as I do. You don't seem to have a lot of public support, darling. Have you noticed, darling, your subjects are a bit lukewarm about you. Oh, who's a happy girl? Who is? Oh, there, it's all right. Look at that smile. I see it. What's wrong, little one? Mum's here. What the hell do you think you're doing? I'd thank you to leave my husband alone. I don't know who you think you're talking to, but this is my husband. Oh, she's such a happy little thing. Just look at her eyes. She's got something on her mind, you can tell. She's working something out. Our little sweet girl seems so troubled these days. I suppose she gets that from me. Have you ever seen such a happy little fellow? He was bouncing off the walls earlier, but he seems to have calmed down now. He's having a rough time. Got dark things on his mind. He's just like his dad. I look at her and I just think, bringing her into our family was the best decision we ever made. She's so excited about life. I love it. At that age, I was worried about everything. She seems to be in a pretty good mood. Have you noticed our little princess is a bit gloomy? I wonder if she's reached the age where romantic intrigue becomes all-consuming. Isn't he just the most amazing little boy? I'm so glad he came home with us. He's such an energetic child, just full of enthusiasm. Our boy does seem happy, for the most part. It's like he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders. I guess it runs in the family. I can't believe it's come to this. But this isn't working. If you can't make some changes, I'm not going to be able to stay with you. After all we've been through together. You're not putting what we have at risk, are you? I'm not a jealous woman, but you'd better stay away from my husband. I've decided I'm going to make some changes around here. Fix the place up. The decor in our house is just spectacular, isn't it? Well, our home could do with some sprucing up, couldn't it? Our home is nice, but there's something missing. Not sure what it is, but it's something. I don't know about our house. It's just not... I don't really like it. I love living with you, it's just... I think we could do better than the house we have. Our house is really rather awful, isn't it? I'm just being honest. There's no reason we couldn't move. I mean, our house is horrible. No one would be happy in it. I like our home. It feels good being here, you know? Are you happy with our home, darling? I rather like the place. We have the most amazing home in the world. I feel so lucky being with you and living in such an amazing place. Our home is all right, isn't it? I think it is. There are certainly nicer homes than ours in the kingdom. Not that I'm unhappy with ours. Oh, darling, I'm so happy. We made the right decision. I've never been more sure of anything in my life. It's the strangest thing. We haven't been married that long, but it's like I can't remember my life before this. I still have to pinch myself sometimes to tell me this is all real. We really are married. It feels like we always have been. We used to talk about growing old together, remember? And here we are. We've been so lucky. Life with you has made me as contented as I've ever been. We seem to have fallen so far from the life we once led. I suppose we'll never have the gold to be that comfortable again. Darling, you're too generous. You spoil me. Not that I want you to stop. Sometimes I wonder if I'll have to move into a shelter again, but as a boarder, we have no money at all. I don't need to be rich to be happy. After spending all that time working in a shelter, I know how to value what we have. I've seen real poverty up close, so I don't feel I should complain, but do we need to live so frugally? I know you have important things to do, but your family is important too. Try not to lose sight of that, will you? Oh, you're back. I was starting to get so worried. You have no idea how much I've missed you. Hello, sweetheart. Don't you ever feel the need to experiment with how you look? I suppose men don't really bother with that, do they? You never show me how much you care these days. Isn't there something you want to tell me? Why don't we go on a trip? We seem to spend all our time in the same place. It might be fun.